the main event is Penrith and Souths grand final rematch at Blue Bet. Cleary is back. We've got Sorensen starting for Chris Smith, Lindsay Smith onto the bench. Bunny's unchanged from the team that towed up the Roosters last week. Gump, what are you doing here?
I think Penrith will win 1-12. I still think that Fisher Harris will play, even though I know that I got Ikavalu wrong then, but I know that Fisher Harris is named and Liam Martin's named. Fisher Harris, I'm tipping, will play, and Liam Martin may even play as well. I think Cleary back. I just think that Penrith will go back to their death by 1,000 cuts, and South, I want to see them do what they did last week for another week. Like they've been good 1 week or half against the Storm, I guess. But let's see how they go against the benchmark of the comp. And I think Latrell needs another week before he hits his straps fully here. But look, I think Penrith will win 1-12. I'll go first try scorer. I'll go for Taylor May, and I'll go man of the match, Nathan Cleary, with a glorious return back to the game.
Fair bet, because if they win it all, he's going to be high up in the daily end points because the judges don't look apart from 3 players. I'm going to go. I agree with you, Gump. I think it won't be a massive margin, but it will be a comfortable 1-12, as I say. And I can see the South forwards being back to where they were a couple of weeks ago. It would be a massive effort from Cam Murray to carry them against this pack. You can talk about that matchup in a minute, Barn. I know you'll be chomping at the bit. And I'm going to go, just for nostalgia's sake, Jerome Luai, first try scorer, off a Cleary kick. They love that little play to each other. And man of the match, I'll give it to Yo, outplaying his counterpart, Barn.
Yeah, if Fisher Harris and the young fella don't play, Liam Martin don't play, I think South can actually match and maybe even better this Penrith forward pack. Just on the back of Jai Arrow and Cameron Murray from last week, Keon Kulamatangi is going to be coming all day, whereas you probably can't really say the same thing about Kikau unless he flicks that switch. Sorensen, to me, is still a bit of a bit player, bench player, rather than a starter. So I think they really need Liam Martin and Fisher Harris in this one, to be honest. Totola mixes his form, but at his best, he's as good as, a lot of these other forwards in this game. So South's only hope is to absolutely win and dominate through the middle, because if they're on the back foot trying to get it wide to score points, they're going to struggle because Penrith's defence is so good. It has been for 1.5 years, 2 years, and that'll be probably what gets them home again in the end of this game. I've got Penrith 1-12. I've got first try scorer. It worries me, this one. I think Souths might actually score the first try, and I think you might find that Souths come out really pumped up, and Latrell might be the one that scores the first try, and they get up and they're on top of Penrith for the first 20 minutes, but Penrith will just wear them down, and man of the match will go to someone. Isaiah Yo's won it 3 weeks without Cleary. Let's see if he can do it again while Cleary's there. So
are you saying, I know we talked about this the night, so we won't rehash the whole conversation, having thought about a bit more leading into this, Souths were much better or Roosters were terrible the other night?
Souths were much better. The Roosters attack, they kept shooting themselves in the foot, which obviously made the game a lot easier for Souths. But I thought their forward pack was outstanding compared to the first 2 weeks that the performances that they put in. And that performance out of the Souths pack would probably be better 13 teams in the comp.
Souths were much better, I thought. And I think in this game too, that I reckon that they will still try and kick high to Latrell and make him bring the ball back a lot and gas him a bit. Like you can severely disrupt his impact on the game by kicking the ball and making him kick return. He's not as dangerous on the kick return if they've got a straight line in front of him. If they make him 12 times kick return, you're gassing him a bit. And I don't think it'll worry Penrith too much, Johnston or Paulo taking the second play. They're not renowned meter eaters as wingers either. So I think that they'll kick to Latrell and we'll try and gas him a bit to blunt him later in the tackle count when he's not back to full fitness yet. match fitness. So that would be my ploy. And you know what? They might kick to him and he might make 3 line breaks and set up 3 tries and make me and them look stupid because he's that kind of player. So it's risk versus reward doing that, I guess.
Ollie?
Yeah, I wouldn't add too much more on top of what you blokes have said. I'm also going to go Penrith 1-12. I feel like this is set up to be a classic sort of Penrith grind, as you've been alluding to in recent weeks, Daggy, where I'd say the first 20 minutes or so, Penrith don't come bursting straight out the gates looking for points. I'd say they probably put 12 points on Souths towards the end of the first half. South Sydney come out hot the start of the second half, maybe get a couple of tries, but then towards the end, Penrith sort of turn it on and just do enough to win, really. I'm going to say man of the match, Nathan Cleary coming back. I think he's going to play in a bit of a dinner suit for the next couple of weeks, but I feel like his kicking game will get Penrith home. And I'm going to say first try scorer, Taylor May.